There's me on the right. Okay. There's Mr. Streamer. And I'm like, because there's no light coming into my face, and the only light that comes in is from like the doorway that's over there. This is the door. Okay. I was like, well, why don't I pull the blinds? Now, these blinds, when you like pull them up, like they just go like that. Okay. Wait, hold on. Like they just go like this. They don't actually pull all the way up. So I was like trying to remove it because it comes off. It's got these like weird latches things that you have to like you have to push this button in. Let me show you. I have one of the pieces here. Okay, this is how the mount works. So this is the wall, and below it is the window. Okay, this is where the window is. This is how this latch works. It's got a little rail thing, and you got to push this in to like release it. Right, so you have to hold this in and then lift with two hands the curtain out of its socket, or you gotta like rotate it so it pops out of this little tongue thing that's holding it. You gotta like push this and then rotate it this way. So like as you can imagine, it's got two, it's got one mount on this side, one mount on the other. When you release it from one, well, it starts hanging, and like I can't hit both of them, press both of them, and also hold the curtain because I don't have four hands because this was designed by someone. So I'm like leaning in over here on the side, and of course, being a distinguished and voluminous streamer, I that looked wrong. This is more like the picture of what was happening. Okay, that's me. So I'm like with my tiny T-Rex hands trying to get to this to press the button, and with my other hand like grab the other part, and there is an impact, and this slides over slightly. Now what happens next is a bit predictable, but this tilts over, and of course when it tilts over, this bottom part slips, right? And so now this is actually down here. And so this is no longer flat. It's like this. Well, from this point on, there was a sequence of events that happened. One is I had a fruity beverage right there in a thermos for later, and I had some tea right here. Okay. So this monitor knocks this on the floor, thankfully the other way. It has a lid, right? It falls on the floor, the lid comes off. Well, the thing that holds that keeps the lid closed comes off because it's got a magnetic snap thing so that it can pop off for some reason. So you can put it in the dishwasher, I guess. It starts rolling down and spilling like red liquid over here on the floor. The tea gets knocked over and starts pouring brown liquid over here, like where my mouse is, and down on the floor. So now there's like two streams, and they're just going slowly this way. This monitor falls on my keyboard. So it's holding the keyboard, which means I can't I'm clicking to turn off the camera because I don't want to get clipped. Yeah, I know. I'm dumb. But the keyboard button is being pressed by the face of this monitor. And as I'm doing that, this other monitor falls and lands, because this was still holding steady. This part, because it had more of an elevation change, has fallen. This monitor falls, and this part of it lands on the pointy corner of my GPU's heatsink fan thing. And I'm like, oh no, my GPU. Luckily, there's nothing wrong with my GPU. But the bad news is, I can't right now. I just can't deal with you right now. The monitor is broken. The second monitor. Like, I'll show you what it looks like. This is the screen that I use to monitor OBS. You guys can see like the lines. It's like it was in the corner where it happened. I think you can kind of tell. Yeah. So that's a screen that I'm gonna have to replace because it wasn't mine. Oh. So that happened. And so anyway, as my favorite part of this whole episode is that while like, so I of course first take care of the liquids and then lift the monitor. I put this monitor on my chair. Derp's outside. At this moment, he's like, "I want in. What's going on inside? Are you moving? Are you redecorating? Let me in. Let me in." But I can't open the door because there's shit in the way. I put some stuff there so that it wouldn't get wet. And I go to look at the stream and I see that Microsoft has decided that this is the best time for installing Windows updates. And it's restarting the computer. So that's no. The stream is not more important. That's why the stream ended. Anyway.